The challenge of designing a functional bathroom within a limited space is a dilemma many of us can relate to. That is why in today's video, we're going to go through my top tips for designing a small bathroom, full of strategies to help you optimize every last square meter. Let's get into it. Baths can be tricky in small bathrooms as they're so large and compromise on turning space and movement. That is not to say that you can't have a bathtub at all, but rather you have to be especially careful about what type of tub you choose, and may even have to consider not having a tub at all. I always advise against getting a freestanding tub in a small space. Yes, they look spectacular in magazines and luxury homes, but cleaning them is a nightmare. In small bathrooms, there isn't any option but to push them up against a wall, and without access to all sides of the tub, cleaning becomes practically impossible. There will always be dust settled between the tub and the wall that you can't quite reach to clean. But don't worry if you do love the freestanding tub look, as you can get a back-to-wall tub or a back-to-corner tub. These tubs have a flat back that is flush against the wall and a curved front, so they look like freestanding tub but are more appropriate for smaller spaces. Regardless of whether you go for a back-to-wall, drop-in tub, or something else, I'd recommend getting one with a thin rim. Traditional tubs have wide rims which aren't economical in terms of space. While a standard tub may measure about 67 inches long, this figure reflects the outer dimensions, and in reality, the interior space is significantly less than this. Luckily, there have been leaps and bounds in technology with new baths with much thinner rims, so while you may find one that is shorter than a standard tub, the interior dimensions may be identical or even larger. If you're particularly stuck for space but want both a bath and a shower, consider a bath with a shower over it. In this case, I would look for a bath that rises vertically at both ends, as this will give you more standing room than one that has a sloping end. Also look for one that has a plug in the middle of the tub, so you're not standing on it while having a shower. In terms of material, I'd consider spending more and choose one made from porcelain enameled steel, stone resin, or cast iron. Many acrylic bathtubs flex when you stand in them, and over time they drop away from the silicone joint. So do your research beforehand, as not all acrylic tubs are created equally. You don't want this happening, otherwise water will leak onto your floor. If you have a particularly small bathroom, consider getting rid of the bath altogether and install a bigger shower instead. You can create the impression of a larger space with clear glass shower panels and a flush-fitting tray that sinks into the floor, which will make the design appear to float as well. If you want your space to appear even bigger, dish the shower door and opt for an open shower with a single pane of glass. Be careful not to overdo this, as you don't want water splashing everywhere, and make sure that your floor has proper slope towards the drain. I'll advise against an open shower if you have a small square shower, as water will inevitably splash everywhere. There's no denying that glass screens make small bathrooms look more spacious, but they do require a lot more maintenance than shower curtains. Some argue that shower curtains make spaces feel smaller as they obstruct light flow around the room, but they're undeniably very convenient. And there's no reason why you can't use floor-to-ceiling shower curtains to create the illusion of taller ceilings, and an opaque one that still lets some light through. At the end of the day, whether you opt for glass or curtains completely comes down to your own preferences. Vertical space is often overlooked in home design across all rooms, so it is no wonder that many people miss out on the opportunity to optimize this area in a bathroom as well. Shower niches or ledges are a great way to neatly store shower products, in contrast to cheap shower caddies or bottles all over the floor. If you're confused about the difference between the two, shower niches are tiled alcoves that are built into the shower wall, while shower ledges are built in front of the wall and don't have a top section or canopy. Shower ledges are usually seen in larger showers, as they generally span the whole length of the wall, but they can still be done in small bathrooms. If you do decide to go for either one of these, I'd recommend getting it done in the same tile as your shower walls, so it blends seamlessly into the design, rather than getting it done in a contrasting color, which will unnecessarily highlight the smallness of the alcoves and the smallness of the space generally. With niches, I'd highly recommend double checking your measurements to make sure the height will fit your tallest bottle. I've seen countless niches that are too short, and that is incredibly frustrating. Make sure you triple check the dimensions of all your products, especially when you're working with a very small bathroom layout. For example, a standard toilet can vary in size from just over 20 inches to around 28 inches deep. Opting for a smaller toilet doesn't always compromise use and can provide valuable room for movement and maximize the feeling of spaciousness. As for the type of toilets you should go for, I would look for a back-to-wall or concealed or in-wall cistern toilet, as these are much more space-saving and easier to clean than traditional two-piece toilets. One last tip I have about toilets is to consider putting your toilet behind the door or against a side wall so it's not in direct line upon opening the bathroom door. This is more of an aesthetic point rather than a space-saving point, but it is a good idea if you're in the midst of designing your bathroom layout from scratch. In general, the more floor space you can see, the bigger your room will feel. In the same way that a sofa with legs is visually lighter than one that sits directly on the ground, a wall-mounted vanity and toilet will make your bathroom look bigger. But of course, this comes at a higher installation cost and is more complex to fix if something breaks down. Wall-mounted taps and fixtures is also a great addition and will free up more bench space for other items and allow you to accommodate a narrower vanity, which can be great for smaller bathrooms. You can also look into basins with legs as a simpler alternative that will still free up some floor space. Make sure the legs are tall enough because really small gaps can be hard to access, making it a nightmare to clean. What most people don't realize is that being clever with vertical space is the secret to small space design. It doesn't just have to be for big purchases like a concealed toilet or wall-hung vanity. Think about how you can use remaining wall space as a spot for wall-hung storage. You can easily install floating shelves for extra towels and bathroom products, or wall hooks for towels and robes yourself. In small bathrooms, opting for larger format tiles can work wonders in enhancing the sense of flow and spaciousness. With fewer grout lines to interrupt the visual continuity, large tiles create a more seamless look that make bathrooms feel more expansive. Fewer grout also simplifies cleaning, so it's a win-win situation. It is also important to think about the broader impact of line work on spatial perception. For example, choosing contrasting tiles for walls and floors can inadvertently accentuate the boundaries of the room, creating the perception of smaller bathroom. This happens due to the stark contrast between the two surfaces, which draws attention to the edges and effectively divides the room into distinct sections. Alternatively, if you continue the floor tile up the opposite wall of your bathroom entrance, it will create the illusion of a more elongated room, expanding the perceived dimension and creating a more spacious feel. Also consider the orientation of your tiles. Both vertical and horizontal tiles can elongate your space, but in two different ways. If your bathroom feels small because of low ceilings, consider a vertical tile to draw your eye up and give the illusion of height. If your bathroom feels narrow, consider horizontal tiles to give the illusion of width. An easier way to enhance the perception of space than changing your bathroom tiles is to be strategic about mirror placement. Light bouncing off reflective surfaces creates a sense of depth and openness which visually expands rooms. Most people associate small bathrooms with tiny mirrors, but I really think that you should be picking the largest mirror possible or even make it into a storage solution like a mirrored medicine or a shaving cabinet. If you can dig a hole into the wall above your basin, you could create a recessed medicine cabinet, which means you will have hidden storage and the mirror will be flush with the wall. If not, you can get a surface-mounted medicine cabinet. The cabinet only needs to be as wide as a bottle of shampoo or mouthwash, so it won't impede into your space too much, but will provide you with valuable storage space for knickknacks. As with any rooms, lighting can instantly make space appear more expansive. Mirror is of course the obvious one in a bathroom, which is why you can never go wrong with the larger one as long as they fit in proportionally. Wall sconces are one of the easiest additions to any bathroom. They'll complement your overhead fixtures by balancing the direction of light and set the mood in your space. LED mirrors can also be an option, albeit one that better suits contemporary space rather than more traditional ones. If budget allows, a skylight is often a great addition to small bathrooms, particularly ones located in the middle of the house where windows are simply not an option. When your bathroom is cluttered, even the biggest space will feel cramped. This problem usually boils down to not having enough practical storage options. If your bathroom is fully built and you just need some extra storage, consider slim trolleys like the IKEA Vesken or shelving units like the Rockwool tucked into a corner. Storage boxes or small baskets are another great way to reduce visual clutter, especially if you have open shelves or if there's space under your vanity. I'm also a fan of using stackable boxes and containers, particularly in small bathrooms, as they allow you to maximize vertical space while keeping things organized. I'll also try to keep your vanity clear except for essentials like soap and a hand towel, and hide all your other bottles. Bottles often look cluttered as they're all in different colors and sizes, but if you really want them on display, consider matching dispenser sets so they look cohesive at a minimum. Every decision counts when it comes to optimizing a small bathroom space. If you enjoyed this video, Be sure to check out my video on low maintenance bathroom and 12 design tips for small spaces. Otherwise, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.